Hello everybody, my name is Dawkbro the Dragon. And I accidentally got the wrong size, so yeah. This is kind of cute though, isn't it? We have a very special guest joining us today, everybody. I would like to introduce Dawkbro, who will be doing a presentation on Dragon Quest Builders 2, which you can now play for free on Xbox Game Pass. Hello everybody. Thank you for the introduction, Dragon Dawkbro. You're looking very nice today. Thank you, Dawkbro. Today, I'm doing a presentation on Dragon Quest Builders 2. Love the enthusiasm, everybody. Now, what is Dragon Quest Builders 2? Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a block-building role-playing game with a charming single-player campaign and a robust multiplayer building mode that supports up to 4 players online. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a standalone experience featuring new characters, an expansive world, unlimited building combinations, and a great storyline. What more can you ask for? Explore, gather, and craft new creations. Meet up with friends online and build anything you can imagine. Just take a look at past Dawkbro, having the time of his life playing Dragon Quest Builders 2. You go, Dawkbro! You can now try out Dragon Quest Builders 2 if you have the Xbox Game Pass. So, what are you waiting for? If you think this game looks like a lot of fun, go and check it out. That was my presentation, everybody, on Dragon Quest Builders 2, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Thank you. An absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Dawkbro, for today's presentation. Once again, you can play Dragon Quest Builders 2 now for free on Xbox Game Pass. What's going on, guys? Dawkbro back again. Hope you're fantastic today, and welcome to another Fazbear Frights summary video. And today, as you can see, we've got the new book, which is GUMDROP Angel. Fazbear Frights number 8. The 3 stories in this book are GUMDROP Angel, which is the story that we're going to be doing today, Sergio's Lucky Day, and the last one is What We Found. Okay, and then obviously the Stitch Drive story at the end. I've heard good things about this book. This is apparently a really, really good book. All of the stories are good and entertaining and top tier. I can confirm that GUMDROP Angel was a pretty good story. A really, really gruesome, screwed up story, which is kind of what you want for Fazbear Fright books, right? It does pass the line of FNAF to me. It is really, really out there, guys. Like, really out there. You'll see, you kind of see why from this picture, from the front cover, right? Guys, I swear, I didn't vent, okay? It wasn't me. So with this story, guys, it starts off with Angel. That's the name of the main character. So already GUMDROP Angel. Like, okay. She wakes up inside of a box. Just right at the start of the story, she wakes up inside of a box. It's kind of like Count the Ways, where the story started off with Millie inside Funtime Freddy's chest, right? Chest cavity. This story starts off with Angel inside a box, and she can't move, and she can't think properly, and she's struggling to get outside of this box. She's stuck inside of a box, okay? That's all we know for now. So already at the start of the story, we know that Angel, the main character, is in a sticky situation. Then we go back in time to Angel at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, okay? And she hates the place, and loud noises everywhere, kids screaming all over the place. And she's there because of her stepsister called Ophelia. Okay, Ophelia's 5 years old, and she basically hates her mom, she hates her stepdad, and she hates Ophelia, her little stepsister. And she's not in a good relationship with any of them. She's 18, by the way, so she's older than most of the story kids in these books, and she doesn't have a good relationship with any of the family. So especially her mom has had like countless boyfriends in the past. Her dad left them when she was little, so in all of these stories, something like that has happened to a kid, right? Like the stepdads or the parents have gone missing or left them or passed away. There's always something wrong within the family in most of these stories. And again, it's happened again with Angel. She never had a party at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And her family has never had any money. Never had any money. When Angel's mom gets with this new man with a stepdaughter, he has a lot of money. So the stepdad spends loads of money on Ophelia and not Angel, okay? So you can kind of see that the reason why Angel doesn't like any of them, because she feels abandoned and she feels separated from the family, because all the attention is going towards Ophelia and all the money, and she's not getting anything. Although this hatred with the family is kind of justified, I feel like Angel is too hateful. For example, Ophelia's not nasty to Angel in any way, by the way. Ophelia's really nice. Ophelia offers Angel some pizza, and Angel, like, whacks the pizza out the way. She doesn't want any, and it goes all over her. All the pizza sauce goes all over her hair and stuff, and she gets really angry and upsets Ophelia, and she's like, she's not my stepsister. I don't care about Ophelia. I don't care about any of you. So Angel is really harsh towards Ophelia. Angel calls Ophelia ugly as well, and really, really harsh stuff about her. And she's only 5 years old, so you can already tell that Angel has a lot of resentment towards Ophelia and a lot of resentment towards the stepdad and her mom as well. So, yeah. And they're all here for Ophelia's birthday, by the way. And again, that makes Angel have a bit of resentment because she's never had an expensive birthday party there before. Angel has got all this pizza sauce all over her and everything. So she tries to get to the bathroom to clean herself up. While she's trying to get away from all these little kids screaming at Freddy Fazbear and the gang on the performance stage, she bumps into a cute guy, is what she says, a cute guy. And the cute guy grabs her hand to get her away from all the kids, leads her down to a hallway, and that's where we meet the cute guy called Dominic. Dominic is an employee at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, okay? And Dominic takes Angel into like a little, next to the entrance, like some seats next to the entrance to the pizzeria, and starts cleaning her up, okay? Starts getting the pizza sauce out of her hair and her face and stuff like that. So very, very like, you know, up close and personal already, you know, flirting. And Dominic is very, very good looking according to Angel, and very, very kind, nice, flirty, handsome. And basically, Angel is just like blown away by it. She says, like, is this too good to be true? Like, I've never had any boy like this to me before. Dominic and Angel, all their traits match. They both are smart. They know everything about Shakespeare. They basically click. They basically click really, really well. And Dominic and Angel plan to go on a date to see an indie band tomorrow. And Dominic gives Angel his number, and there you go. Angel is really, really happy now. She goes back to see her family, and all the band are singing, and all the kids and family are singing. And she says that she sees the pizzeria in a different light now. Like, she's enjoying herself a bit better than she was before. And she starts thinking about, hold on, let me take a step back here. I'm graduating in a month, and I'm moving to a new state, and I'm starting a new life. Like, come on, me, take a step back, and, you know, just be happy for a little bit, you know, just stop being grumpy at your family. And that's the end of the story, guys. Angel and Dominic get married. They have a happy life together, and Angel moves, gets a great job, goes to a university, and she becomes an actor, and the end. If only. That doesn't happen. So Ophelia gets put onto the stage with all the animatronics to blow out her candle, because she's just turned 5 years old. Massive cake on the stage, which is not a nice scene to think about, Freddy and the gang being there. However, there was one thing in this detail at that performance with the cake, singing happy birthday or whatever. There's one thing that I thought was interesting in this. Listen to this. Another eternity later, the singing stopped, and finally the announcer made a big production of bringing Ophelia up on the stage to blow out candles on the gargantuan cake. Of course, Ophelia couldn't even manage her 5 candles, blowing them out. The animatronics helped her. Angel vaguely wondered how that worked. They must have little blowers in their mouths. That's it. That was a tiny detail. So, something new that we've possibly learned from the animatronics, or it's something creepy that they're alive or something. I don't know. The animatronics can breathe, like blow out candles for kids. So, nice little detail. I kind of thought like FNAF 4 when you hear the breathing, something like that. This is where things get weird, okay? It's not a Fazbear Fright book without weirdness. As soon as the cake had been doled out, microphone feedback pierced through the commotion, and the announcer called out, "And now, for the grand finale of today's festivities, may we have the birthday girl back on stage, please?" Ophelia grinned and ran up to the stage. Everyone cheered again. Angel looked around the room until she spotted Dominic. He was talking to his boss at the edge of the dining room, but he saw her glancing his way. He winked at her. Angel smiled. Maybe things were looking up. It was, after all, only a month for graduation. I've spoke about this. And now, for the pièce de résistance, the announcer shouted. Lower away! The band played a loud fanfare, and something started coming down from the ceiling. Angel figured they were about to see a Freddy-shaped piñata or something. Piñatas seem to be popular at kids' birthday parties these days. Only half watching the thing get lowered down, Angel blinked and looked more carefully when she saw that the object wasn't a piñata. At least, it wasn't a piñata that looked like anything she has seen before. Sinking slowly down into the room, a sort of soft-looking statue was quivering its way closer and closer to the stage. The statue was vaguely girl-shaped, and it wasn't made of paper mache. It seemed to be made of... was that candy? Angel leaned forward and squinted. Yeah, it looked like gummy candy. It was like a big gummy statue. Okay, that was different. Interested now, even as she was equally repelled, Angel watched the gummy statue throw out its arms, kick its legs, and gyrate its body. Clearly some form of animatronic like Freddy and his band members. The gummy statue was in constant motion. It flung itself this way and that. So, one of these guys, one of these gumdrop statues, came down on a rope like a piñata, and it wasn't just still, it was moving around and flailing around. So already, you know, that's a bit weird. Kids, the announcer called out, for your eating enjoyment, we present to you the birthday gummy. The kids cheered. The announcer looked at Ophelia. You, my lovely young lady, as the birthday girl, have the privilege of taking the first bite of your yummy gummy. You will start with the yummy gummy's toes, and you get the responsibility of having the last bite. The yummy gummy's gumdrop nose. Ophelia laughed and clapped her hands. She started towards the gummy statue. The announcer held up a hand. Before you start, dear birthday girl, let me repeat to you all. Only the birthday girl can take the gumdrop nose. That is for Ophelia, and only for Ophelia. Does everyone understand? The kids all chorused. Yes! Excellent, the announcer said. Now you may begin, Ophelia, and then kids. Come up and join her. You will all need to take bites to devour this yummy gummy. Ready, set, go! Ophelia ran over to the gummy statue and bit off its big toe. Even though it was made of candy, watching Ophelia eat the toe made Angel feel a little sick. She thought it was strange that the gummy statue kept moving, even as the other kids filled the stage and began chewing their way up to the statue's leg. Angel would have thought they would have turned off the animatronics before the thing got eaten. The gummy statue was a little too lifelike to enjoy, seeing it devoured by a horde of little kids' mouths. So by the time the kids were halfway up the legs, she had reached into her purse and come up with a nail file. She started touching up her nails. Another several years passed, and the announcer shouted, "You're doing great, kids! Remember, the gumdrop nose is for Ophelia, and only Ophelia." So, interesting how the announcer keeps mentioning that Ophelia has to eat the nose and nobody else. So at that point, guys, my alarm bells were ringing, okay? The title's called Gumdrop Angel. There's a freaking Gumdrop statue girl already in the story before Angel, and the statue's wiggling around and like it's panicking. And then kids are eating it, and she's still the candy thing is still moving around and panicking. So yeah, that was when the alarm bell started ringing and being like, "Is that a real person?" The gumdrop girl, whatever you want to call it, the gumdrop pinata statue thing, is fully eaten, and the nose is saved. Ophelia is also feeling sick from eating all that candy, that she saves the gumdrop until later and takes it home with her, okay? After the Freddy Fazbear party, the family go to a stables at a farm. And basically, the stepdad has bought Ophelia a pony and a horse, which is $7,000 a year. And basically, Angel, to get to university, college, to go on with her life and have a happy life, needs to get a student loan, okay? She needs to get a student loan because if she doesn't, she can't afford to go to university, okay? She had to do this, guys, because the stepdad would not give her the money to study performing arts, okay? Because Angel wants to be an actress. She wants to go and perform. She wants to sing and perform and stuff like that. But the stepdad does not believe in that. He thinks it's fake, and he would rather Angel get an education in something else. So he will not give her money to go to that university. And you can see here, but he can buy a pony and a horse for Ophelia for $7,000 a year. Okay? So you can already see why Angel gets so mad. Onwards, you'll see what happens. But Angel gets more and more angry about it. So you can see Angel feels dismissed by her family, feels unimportant. It feels like her mom's even abandoned her because she's not persuading the stepdad to help her go to university. And all the focus is on Ophelia. So they get back home and again talks more about how Angel feels abandoned. They live in a massive house now because the stepdad is loaded, okay? He is rich. And they live in a massive house now all together. Ophelia's got a massive room. The parents have got a massive room. Angel has a medium-sized room. And it's ugly. It's not decorated well. It's not looked after. So you can see that Angel feels like kicked out from the family. The gumdrop nose is put into Ophelia's room on the side. And Angel walks past the room and sees it. You kind of know where this is going at that point. After that, guys, Dominic calls. Dominic gives her a call. And they start flirting and stuff like that, just like they were doing at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And then the stepdad hears the conversation. And the stepdad is really protective, strangely. Really, really protective. And he starts asking who it is, who's on the phone, who's calling you, who's Dominic. I don't know who Dominic is. Who the hell are you? I've never heard you talk to Dominic before. You met today at the pizzeria? Why are you lying? She was with us all day. You're not coming to this house. We don't know you. Get the hell off my phone. So, yeah, the stepdad just randomly turns very, very protective over Angel. And then they have a big argument, okay? A big argument. Really, really harsh from the stepdad, guys. It means I married your mother and you came along for the ride. Really, really bad. And then this is when it's Thanos snap. Ding. Bad. Okay? The mom comes in with a letter. Okay? I've got a letter for you, Angel. Open it. What's it about? It was from the student loan office. Maybe they were going to give her more money. She ripped the envelope open and looked at the letter. She read a couple of sentences. What? She blurted. What is it? Her mother said. Angel looked up at her mother. They're cancelling my student loan offer because they updated their records and discovered you're now married to Myron. And Myron makes too much money for me to qualify for a loan. Well, he does make a lot of money, her mother said. But how does that help me? Angel shouted. She whirled to face Myron. Are you going to pay for me to go to school? Not that stupid art school. But that's the school I want to go to. It's a good school. A nationally ranked school. I don't care. It's not a normal college. I'm not paying for something that isn't a normal college. Shouldn't have to pay for anything at all. Come to that. But as a gift to my beloved Bianca, I'd pay for you to go to a state college. That's the deal. Take it or leave it. But you can afford it, Angel argued. You wouldn't even notice the money missing. The amount of money I need to go to school is nothing to you. You have a lot to learn about money, young lady, Myron said. You just brought your daughter 2 horses, Angel screamed. She's 5. You're going to spend more on those horses and on a horseback riding lessons in a few years than you would on all of my education plus a car. How is horseback riding better than performing arts school? Big argument, guys, and you can understand why here, okay? You can clearly understand why. The stepdad is being an absolute... Right? He's been a right... It makes me angry, actually. The fact that he won't buy his stepdaughter's education would spend $7,000 a year on 2 horses. You know, you can clearly see now, you know, it's bad. Now, the unfortunate thing is, guys, that this is the stepdad, okay? This is mainly the stepdad being a knobhead, okay? And the mom is as well. The mom can't seem to understand why she's getting angry, which is really annoying. Really, really annoying. But none of this has to do with Ophelia. Ophelia is nice. She's not mean. She's not mean to Angel or anything. Anything like that. She's just a kid. So, Angel goes to Ophelia's bedroom. Angel stopped. She looked at the nose and she saw Ophelia wearing a new pair of horse motif pajamas, sitting in her play area, happily talking to her baby dolls, which were riding on plush horses. Angel couldn't help herself. If she was going to have a treasure taken from her, the treasure of going after her dream, of being able to live her life the way she wanted to live it, Ophelia had to lose a treasure too. Fair was fair. Angel charged into Ophelia's room. Want to play horsey rides? Ophelia asked. Angel ignored her. She strode to Ophelia's nightstand and snatched up the wrapped gumdrop nose. Hey, Ophelia said, that's mine. Ophelia started to scramble to her feet, but she tripped over her big plush toys. She landed on her hands and knees and started crying. Yeah? Well, it's mine now. Angel unwrapped the nose and popped it into her mouth. No! Ophelia screamed. She thrashed out her slippers, stood and ran towards Angel. Stop! She yelled. It was too late. Good, Angel said, chewing dramatically. Actually, it wasn't good at all. It tasted horrible. Like sugar and... ... She didn't know what. It was just a sugary yuck. but she chewed and swallowed it anyway. So, the rule was that Ophelia was the one to eat the gumdrop nose. She doesn't. Angel eats it instead. She runs out the room, runs into her bedroom, locks the door, and goes into bed. And the stepdad, is really, really angry, bashing on the door, saying, "This is the worst thing you've ever done in this family. Let me in." So this is the first time the stepdad is really, really angry. And Angel actually feels bad and gets uncomfortable with the situation. She puts on her headphones and goes to sleep. A few hours later, guys, after waking up, so it's night time now, so it's about 11 p.m. She wakes up with a rash and her skin feels weird. It feels squishy. Doesn't feel like it's normal. Okay, you can see where this is going. So she gets out of bed and she looks in the mirror and it's really bad, okay? And she thinks that she's just having an allergic reaction to maybe the horses at the stables and the farm. And then she goes into the bathroom. She walks out, goes into the bathroom, trying not to wake anybody up. And she looks in the mirror again, and it's spread even further now, okay? Up to her cheeks, down to her stomach. This rash is spreading quickly, okay? And then she starts thinking again, oh, maybe I had an allergic reaction to the wash that Dominic used to clean me up, the wipes that he used to clean me up. Maybe I've just had a reaction to that. So she has a shower, guys, and she tries to wash everything off. She does it really bad. She starts to bleed to try and wash the allergic reaction off. It's like any like dust particles or anything that are still on her skin. Again, she looks in the mirror again, and it's getting worse, okay? It's not just a rash now. She's starting to get scales on her face. She says gelatinous scales were forming on her skin, red, grey, and pink. And when she touched them, they felt like wet gumdrops. Wet gumdrops. She says that she's turned into a lizard, but the scales were like, ugh, wet. Even though she was dry after the shower, like her skin felt wet and gloopy. So now she thinks that she's had an allergic reaction to the gumdrop nose that she ate. So now she's really, really panicking, okay, because it's not getting any better. She takes some antihistamines, anti-allergy tablets that, you know, if you have an allergic reaction to something like a hay fever or something, it calms the body down. And she waits after taking the antihistamines. And she thinks that, you know, oh, okay, I should be fine now. Feel a bit better. She looks in the mirror, and now it's worse. The scales have spread to her forehead, her arms, and her eyelids. It's getting worse and worse and worse. So at that point, guys, she's like, I need to go to the hospital. I need to call the hospital. I need to get some help now. And then she goes back on herself and says that she shouldn't ring the hospital. She doesn't want people looking at her the way she is now. She doesn't want her family to look at her like this. She doesn't want anybody to see her the way that she is right now. And I've literally put idiot. I've written down idiot. Because that was the most stupidest decision. I know it's a Fazbear Fright book. It's going to happen, obviously. But that was really stupid of Angel to do that. She should have called the hospital, but she doesn't. She calls Dominic! She calls Dominic, guys. A guy that she's known for less than a day. She calls him instead. And not a doctor. And this is when things turn south. The deep south. Souther than south. The southest you can go. Rock bottom. So Angel calls up Dominic, and Dominic's really confused about the situation. Until now. Dominic sighed. Angel, please tell me what's going on. I'm turning into a slimy, squishy, disgusting lizard is what's going on. I have these putrid scales spreading all over me. Angel thought she heard Dominic groan, but she didn't stop talking. That's what's going on. And it has to do with something with being at Freddy's today. It could have been whatever you had in that plastic bottle, maybe. Or something in the food or candy. Or you tell me. Something at Freddy's did this. Dominic was silent. He was still on the line, Angel could hear him breathing. Dominic? Dominic still didn't speak. Are you there? Angel asked. Another few seconds passed. I'm so sorry, Angel, he finally said. So, you know what's wrong with me? You need to come to Freddy's, he said. You didn't answer me. Come to Freddy's, and I'll explain. His voice, already so smooth and deep, dropped even lower. It soothed her. She could feel her heart rate slow just a little. And I'll help you, Angel. Just go to Freddy's. Angel's fury at Dominic and the stupid pizzeria abated enough for her to feel a spark of hope. You'll help me? Her voice sounded small, but she didn't care. Yes, I'll help you. Just come here to Freddy's. So, guys, Dominic's saying, I'm so sorry, Angel. That's a bit weird, right? Why would he say that? He doesn't know. He should know what's going on, right? Dominic shouldn't know. This is completely random. Of course he knows. After this point, guys, the effects of this reaction gets really, really bad. She looks at her stomach, and her stomach has fell down on its own weight because her stomach has turned elastic, okay? Not like Elastigirl, okay? Not like that. Like, literally, her belly turned into like a gloop. So, normally our pose would be like this, but the structure of her stomach has gone so droopy, it falls down. Her stomach muscles cannot support her upper structure. And her fingers were starting to turn even worse now too. Started turning a bit gloopy and hard to use. She decides not to wake up her parents, which again is silly. But I can kind of understand why not, because Angel doesn't like them and she doesn't want to get them involved. All of her trust has gone into Dominic, this handsome boy that's been flirting with her all day. And, you know, all her trust is now into Dominic. Dominic said, come to Freddy's, I will help you. Trust me, I'm going to help you. So you can understand why Angel just wants to focus on getting to Freddy's with Dominic, okay? So Angel uses her mom's car to get to Freddy's alone, okay? Nobody else is at Freddy's apart from her and Dominic. Now, again, this is sad. This is actually sad. I actually got a bit upset reading this. I feel so bad for Angel at this point. Angel? Dominic called out. It's okay. Don't worry about how you look. I don't care about that. I just need to hurry so I can help you. Angel glanced at Dominic through the veil of her hair. His expression was somber. His lips were pressed together, and his eyes looked red. Had he been crying? He really seemed to care. This made Angel trust him even more. She walked forward and put her malformed hand in his strong, perfect one. So again, Dominic seems really upset about this, okay? Really, really upset. Is this a lie or was he actually upset? In my eyes, I do think he was upset because this wasn't supposed to happen. I'll talk about it later on, what I think this was about and with the nose and everything. But obviously Dominic didn't know that Angel was going to eat the nose, right? Without any comment about her hand or any of the rest of her, he led her into Freddy's. Come on, I'll take you to the back. Angel let Dominic pull her down the hall. She looked up. The place looked much different now than it had been a few hours ago. Not just because it was empty and quiet, because why? Angel frowned. Was it the lighting? During the party, every light in the restaurant had been on. Now, most of them were out, and the ones that were on were turned down to a dim setting. Every bright colour in the place was muted. Shadows stretched down the hall ahead of her and created pockets of darkness along the walls and the ceiling. The effect was sobering, maybe even a little scary. Taking a few tentative steps down the hall with Dominic, Angel could see the pictures of the characters on the walls, but they looked less friendly now. Why was that? Was it the shadows? or something else. Angel took a few more steps until she heard a weird clinking sound. Suddenly scared for no good reason, she stopped. "It's okay," Dominic said. "It's just one of the animatronics doing daily maintenance." So at that point, guys, I was like, okay, that's weird that the animatronics are moving around the night doing daily maintenance. So it seems like this pizzeria here, the animatronics are possessed in this pizzeria wherever it is, okay? That's what it seems to me, and that's why it was mentioned in the story. And this is when it gets really, really sad. Angel nodded and began hobbling forward again. She was feeling woozy. The edges of her vision started to get fuzzy, and her balance wavered. Was the restaurant getting darker? No, it was the same. The problem was her. She was starting to lose consciousness. "Dominic? I'm having trouble seeing." Dominic put his arm around her and started moving her more quickly along the hall. He said something to her, but she didn't understand it. Something was wrong with her hearing now too. It felt like she had cotton in her ears, and she was sinking towards the floor, her legs going limp. They wouldn't hold her up anymore. "Dominic, help me!" Dominic lifted her into his arms, and he began trotting down the hall. Suddenly, the lights were brighter. Not by a lot, but a little. They didn't seem to reveal any of the surroundings, though. Angel's diminished vision was worsening even more. The walls and floors going past her were taking on an amorphous quality. They were losing their edges and becoming indistinct, almost impressionistic. So now, guys, her vision's going. Her legs have stopped working because she's turning into a gumdrop statue. So her body and her organs are starting to fail. They're all turning gloopy, and she's not able to move. She also feels her brain cells turning into goo. So starts smooshing and going all loose and goopy. "Okay, Angel, we're here. I'm going to put you in something that's going to help you. Do you understand?" Angel nodded because she could suddenly hear again. Why? Maybe it was a relief. She was getting the help she needed. Dominic knew what was going on. He said he'd explain it. He hadn't explained, and she wanted him to, but mostly she just wanted him to make it stop. Maybe Dominic has an antelope. No, that isn't right. Antidote. That's what it is. So you can see her thoughts are going, she can't think anymore. She's mispronouncing words and stuff like that. Her body's failing. She tried to talk again, but she couldn't. She could see again though. Like her hearing, her eyesight had miraculously cleared up. She blinked and she could clearly see that Dominic was getting ready to lower her into a box. It was such a pretty box. A shiny wooden box. Its grain so swirly and lovely that Angel wanted to become part of the box. She wanted the box to embrace her, hold her, and keep her safe. So strange, isn't it, guys, that Dominic's putting her into a box and she feels like the box is comforting her. She's not panicking about it. And that's because all of her trust is in Dominic. And again, this is really, really weird. As soon as she saw the box, Angel no longer cared about what was happening to her. She didn't care about why it was happening either. She didn't need an explanation. She was where she was supposed to be. Dominic bent over and began to put Angel in the box, and she tried to speak again. She wanted to say thank you. All she could get out was, you. I know, Dominic said. It's going to be okay. His voice sounded odd, broken, like he was crying. Angel felt moisture on her forehead when Dominic leaned over her. Tears. She wanted to tell him it was okay. She was in the box now. It was her box. It belonged to her, and she belonged to it. Angel felt something prying at her eyes and her mouth. She felt hands prodding the skin on her arms. It's okay, Angel, Dominic repeated. It will just be a few hours at most. A few hours until what? Angel hoped it was a few hours until she was all well. Wouldn't that be great? She had something she wanted to do. What was it? I'm here, Angel, Dominic said. You're not alone. Dominic! That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to go out with Dominic. If she was better in a few hours, she'd be able to go. Where were they going to go? Do you feel anything? Dominic asked. Angel wanted to answer that question. Yes, she felt things. She felt a hard surface beneath her body. She felt something cool under her head. She felt the warmth of the bright light shining down on her. She felt the hands on her forehead. Close your eyes, Angel, Dominic said. Angel did what he told her to do. The light went away. The world went dark. She could still hear, but the sounds were distorted, like she was floating in water, her ears just below the surface. There you go, Dominic said. It will be over soon. Good, Angel thought, and she let the unconsciousness take her. This is why this was a very strange part, guys, because like Angel is turning into a gumdrop statue, okay? And Dominic takes her to the box. Dominic knows, Dominic says that he's gonna help her. And he puts her in a box to help her. So Dominic knows about this situation, okay? This has happened before. And Dominic cannot help Angel. So he puts her into a box, okay? What I find strange is the fact that Angel was saying that this box belongs to her. So maybe when Angel turns into a gumdrop statue, like the box somehow makes it comforting to her that she belongs there. And because her brain is going all inactive and switching into gumdrop, it's like maybe like tricking her brain into thinking like this is the comfort zone, this is where you belong now, Because any other human would be like, no, I'm not going in that box. But because she's turning into a gumdrop belonging to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza now, maybe there's something involved with that, like being, I don't know. That's the last time we hear from Dominic, guys. And then, guys, Angel wakes up, okay? And she can hear screaming in the background and an announcer in the background. The grand finale, she hears. Angel is slowly being lowered out of the box, okay? The children's screams turned into cheers and laughter, and Angel's eyes were suddenly assaulted by bright lights and lots of dazzling colours. She tried to figure out where she was because she had the sense she had been here before, recently, but all she could see was light and colour. The sensation of being lowered stopped, and now Angel could feel that she was hanging in midair. She felt her body swaying back and forth, back and forth. It was not a pleasant sensation, so she tried to control the motion by twisting herself this way and that. She also flailed her arms, and she was pleasantly surprised that she could. She was hanging, but at least she was no longer confined. She kicked out her legs, and she flexed her hands and feet. The announcer was saying something else. Angel caught the word yummy, but she couldn't work out the rest of what was being said. The children's clamour was getting louder though. It felt like they were getting closer too. Angel felt like she was being surrounded. She moved her body around some more, doing some sort of mid-air dance. She wondered if she could do a somersault. She tried. No. Something was attached to the top of her head. The announcer spoke again. His words were all run together, all mushy, until he got to his last 3 words. Angel heard those clearly. Ready? Set? Go! Julie smiled up at the announcer when he said ready, set, go. She took a step towards the gummy girl, hanging from the ceiling. She so liked being the centre of attention that she wanted to stretch out the moment. She turned to look out at her parents. They beamed at her. She waved to them. Happy birthday, Julie! Her mum called out. Yay, birthday girl! Her dad shouted. Julie grinned and she leaned over to the gummy girl, dangling in front of her. She reached up a hand, grabbed the foot, and bit off the gummy's big toe. Everyone join in! The announcer sang out. The other kids crowded around Julie, and they began eating up the swaying, squirming gummy candy that was unlike any other. And that's the end, guys. Angel gets eaten alive by a group of kids hanging from a ceiling. And Dominic knew. And Dominic lured her back into the pizzeria, shoved her in a box, ready for the morning for the next birthday party to get eaten alive. And remember, guys, with the big ending that I read, Angel could feel all sensations. She could feel the cold box under her. She could feel the warm light. She could feel Dominic's tears on her. She felt feelings, okay? She couldn't see a lot. She could still hear a little bit and she could still see a little bit. She couldn't see clearly. She couldn't hear clearly, but she still felt things, okay? So all of those kids munching on her body, she would have felt all of that. And she got eaten alive. That is dark, right? That is dark. What do you guys think of Gumdrop Angel? It is pretty gruesome when you think about it, guys. However, is it FNAF-y? That's up to you to decide. The fact that somebody could turn into a gumdrop creature and get eaten and stuff like that, it's very, very out there. I wouldn't even say it's sci-fi anymore, this story. I would say it's Goosebumps. It's incredibly crazy, right? It's like the Fazgoo story. This one was a good story. I enjoyed it. But again, I didn't think it was FNAF-y. However, you've got to remember, guys, okay, that Fazbear Frights is in a different universe again, okay, to the FNAF game story, okay? And the thing about this universe is that Scott and the authors can make the stories as random as they want, okay? They can make them as random as they like. Also, with Dominic as well, Dominic got upset by it. So Dominic knew that this can happen to people, and he got upset by it because it wasn't supposed to happen, right? It wasn't supposed to happen. So Dominic, weirdly, took her back to the pizzeria to put her in a box to get eaten alive. Why would he get upset? Like, if he cared about Angel, why would he do that? Like, why would he do that? Why would he let Angel get eaten alive by a group of kids? If he cared, he would have took her to the hospital or something, or just tried to do something at least. Get her out of the pain and misery or something. Not shove her in a box to be used as a prop, to be used as an item to get eaten alive. Dominic is very weird, okay? He's handsome and he's flirty. It's almost like, I don't know, it's weird. It's hard to think about. It's hard to theorize about Dominic. Because was this his plan all along? It can't be. Because if it was his plan all along, he would have had to rely on Angel to eat the nose. And he never in the story did Dominic say, I want you to eat the nose. It was only after, and he got upset and started crying. So even though Dominic got upset and cared about it because he didn't want this to happen, he still lured Angel into the pizzeria and put her into the box for her to get eaten alive the next day, right? So Dominic is still a bad person in this. Even if he didn't know that this was going to happen, he still tricked Angel into coming into the pizzeria to be hidden away and get eaten alive to get rid of the evidence. About the nose, the announcer kept repeating, Ophelia is the only one who can eat the nose, okay? I want you guys to think about this, please. If Ophelia ate the nose, would she have turned into a gumdrop girl as well? Or
do you only turn into a gumdrop girl if you break the rules of the curse and somebody else eats it instead of the birthday girl? Have a think about that, because it will be interesting to know, like, if Ophelia did eat the nose, would she have turned into a gumdrop girl? Or is it just people who are like bad and break the rule? Because repeatedly the announcer said only Ophelia can eat the nose, okay? Only Ophelia can. So, which doesn't happen. Angel eats it and then she turns into a gumdrop girl. So, it would be interesting to know if Ophelia ate it, would the same fate have happened to her? Or is it just when you break the rule, you break the curse rule? At Ophelia's birthday party, they ate a gumdrop girl as well. And that gumdrop girl was flailing around and hanging around. So that definitely was a previous victim, okay? Did Dominic do that as well? Did Dominic lure another girl into the location or something? But he definitely knew what was going on, because in the phone call, Angel was like, I'm turning into this thing. And he's like, I'm so sorry, and gets upset about it. But again, to me, he wasn't expecting this to happen, okay? So, I don't know. He obviously knows about it. He knows about the gumdrop curse, but he didn't want it to happen to Angel. That's what I think. He didn't want it to happen to Angel. And unfortunately, he did. It did. So, I think Dominic did care about Angel and did like her a lot, and they were going on a date. But then the gumdrop curse happened, and he got upset about it, and he had to hide the evidence. I don't know. The curse has happened. Maybe it's in his contract or something. Maybe he knows more about this than meets the eye. He takes Angel to the pizzeria and puts her in a box and hides the evidence away. And then she gets eaten so that all the evidence is gone. The parents will obviously think that Angel's just run away, right? But then again, they haven't thought this through, have they? Because the mom's car is going to be at the pizzeria now. So they're going to know that Angel drove to the pizzeria and went missing. So, you know, I think I'm getting a bit too deep into this, but, you know, it's very, very strange. So let me know your theories, please, in the comment section. And that was Gumdrop Angel, okay? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, as always. I did enjoy that one. So I'm looking forward to Sergio's Lucky Day, which is the next story, which is apparently, it has a Balloon Boy in it. So that's going to be interesting. And the last story is really, really cool. Apparently, it's really good. It's about Springtrap and stuff like that. So yeah, interesting. Lots of love. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts as always, and I'll see you all next time.